All right, y'all. This is interesting. This is a crazy story. So Fresh and Fit, if you don't know who Fresh and Fit is, you're looking at them right now on the screen. They're podcasters, self-proclaimed self-improvement podcasters, specifically, and this is according to Google. Let me see if I can pull this up, because I'm sure, there's a majority of you guys who do not even know who these guys are, which I would say is a good thing. It says, we help men become better with dating, game, fitness, social media, and finances. So they help men become better. Become better what exactly? You help them have better game, better dating, better social media skills, better fitness skills. Okay. You're not, here's what you're not doing. You're not helping them become better husbands. You're not helping them become better fathers. And that's pretty clear as we're going to get into this story right here. And here's the thing, I've never spoken about Fresh and Fit before, but it's just crazy to me that there's so many men who look at these two dudes as an example of what it means to be masculine, when that couldn't be further from the truth. But anyway, these two men are essentially like your stereotypical player type of dude. You know what I mean? Successful, they got money, they have attention, they have a platform, they have clout, they have a sense of power, they have a sense of respect to some degree. And they like to date around, they like to sleep around, they like to play with women. Now, recently there was an allegation that came out that Fresh got a woman pregnant and then proceeded to ask her to delete the baby. So let me just play this. This is directly from their podcast. Let me play this, and then hopefully we can all kind of get on the same page. All right?
Let's just play the call real fast.
Yeah.
Let's just play it.
Go for it.
Obviously, I know that there's legal proceedings going on. Oh, go ahead, Bills. My bad.
I want the baby because I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to.
You're not. They just give you a pill and it's over.
No. I'm pregnant.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from a doctor and then you're good.
I am pregnant. I can't pretending like nothing happened. I can't. In my religion, we don't kill.
You're not killing.
Pause.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but she's using extreme language and she's calling, saying, I don't want to do this, etc. And she's fishing for a response, right? It's very obvious. And the thing, too, is that, I know this. There was an agreement that they weren't going to ever have kids. But why is she calling now saying, I'm pregnant?
It's so funny because how she's talking, I'm shocked because I'm normally you don't talk like this.
Yeah.
It's more it's following a script.
Yeah.
Almost. But I'm
and it's good on your part because you didn't really say too much.
Nah.
He didn't say too much. What are you talking about? You told him that you said you don't gotta off the baby, just take the pill, and then the pill will get rid of the baby. Am I the only person who's bruh, if you're doing what you're doing with a woman, getting down, sleeping with a woman, coming in a woman, and then you're gonna sit here and tell her, you know what, just get rid of the baby, you're a scumbag, bruh. You're a scumbag. You're a scumbag. You lay down with her. You knew what could happen. And it's not like dude is a kid anymore. You're a grown man. And I understand the natural response when it comes to men like this. The natural response is to think oh, she's trying to set me up. But you chose to deal with her in the first place. So you made the decision to deal with her in the first place. You made the decision to date her in the first place. And now when you're seeing the fruit of what happens when you date somebody, when you sleep with somebody, God designed it in a way to where you produce children. So now you're seeing that fruit, and now you want to tell her to get rid of it. Why are you choosing to be with that person in the first place if you don't want to have a child with them? If you don't see a future with them? It's purely lust. It's purely lust.
But it's
I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
yeah.
So
Again, there was an agreement that they weren't gonna like have kids or anything like that, and then now she's coming in saying like, "Oh, I'm pregnant and I don't want to kill the baby" and all this other stuff, and it's like, what the hell? Like, well,
and she
bro,
brought in religion.
yeah,
I'm like, what are you doing right now?
she's not religious, guys. I'll tell you.
Wait, so you're saying there's an agreement in place that said that you weren't going to have kids. So what exactly does that agreement entail? Does that entail if she were to get pregnant, then there's already a quote unquote solution in place according to the agreement? Because if that's the case, that's even more slimy. That's even worse of a look. But keep talking. Go ahead.
All right, let's continue on.
I want to keep the baby.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just don't want any kids.
Pause.
You know?
Very obvious fishing for a response like, what the hell are you doing? No, you better not, blah, blah, blah. Like, she was trying to fish for an emotional reaction to make you look crazy there.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, we can keep.
And this is a pretty classic tactic, guys, because the reality is that, I've done this in a courtroom so many times. I've played these kinds of recordings. I can't tell you how many times I've heard "What are you doing? No, don't hit me. Oh, my God. What is that knife? Why do you have that knife?" And meanwhile, my client's like, I was on the other side of the room. And I had a banana in my hand that I was eating, you know. And, "Oh, my God, what is that gun you're holding?" You know, so the sound I have heard many times, the sound I just heard, and that is the sound of a man who almost sounds like he's got PTSD. But he's like, wait, what are we talking about? What is going on? Like, who am I talking to right now? This sounds insane. Who speaks this way? Who pauses in that way as if for, okay, now let's let you talk. Let's get some dramatic effect going. Like, this is not a conversation between two adults who are talking about something not for performance purposes, one-sided performance purposes, but because they actually want to have a dialogue. And again, ask yourselves, what kind of person, if you were dealing with something truthful and this serious, does this, records it, and immediately publishes it on the internet, and then continues to follow it up with more internet postings? What kind of human being, is a serious human being do that? Does a person who has any self-respect or respect for other people do that?
Does someone who actually want to have a kid do that?
No.
Like that's the other thing too for all
No.
you simps in the fucking chat right now.
Yeah, but like, you got to understand, like, you're choosing to deal with these women. You're choosing to be in these situations. You could very much say that, look, I'm not going to put myself in this situation at all. I'm just going to remain abstinent. Or I'm only going to deal with a woman who I could see myself being with. You're choosing to put yourself in these situations. You're choosing to be led by your flesh. So when a woman comes out, and we don't know, I don't know if this is true or not. We're all trying to figure out, you know, what's going on in this story. But this story would never even be a story in the first place if you weren't choosing to deal with that woman. It would never be a story in the first place. It would never be a story in the first place. You made the decision to deal with that woman. Now you got to deal with what comes with dealing with that woman. And whether it's made up or whether it's true, you got to deal with that, because that's the situation that you put yourself in as a man.
Abortion, bro. Do you think someone who's actually really pregnant with a child would do this shit? Like,
Well,
use
and
your
what I'll
common
tell
sense.
you
Some of
too
you in
is
the
a
chat are some fucking simps,
classic
man.
tactic.
I don't know. They have a whole lawyer on there too. They have a whole lawyer on there too. Hold on, let me see this real quick.
Not. They just give you a pill and it's over.
No. No. I'm pregnant.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
What's going on? Where did that other audio come from? Okay, hold on. This looks like a Snapchat message between, and I don't know, once again, I don't know if this is real, if this is fake. I don't know what this is. This is just what's on Twitter, all right? So this is the woman, Daisy Fit. It looks like a Snapchat between her and Fresh. She sent him a pregnancy test that is, I don't know, the first one looks not pregnant. The second one looks pregnant. The first one doesn't look pregnant. But anyway, it says, you always told me you wanted to be, oh, wait. You always told me you wanted me to be your baby's mother. I loved you and did everything to be a good girlfriend. Now this is happening. You walked away. I think I want to keep the baby. I don't want to kill alive. I want you to think carefully and take the responsibility. I'll call you shortly, he says. Take your time. I can't have kids, he says. Then she says, take responsibility for your actions. Proceeds to send a blood test. She's 3 to 4 weeks pregnant, according to the doctors. He says, oh, okay. She says, it's our baby and you want to kill our baby. You are not a good human. He said, it's not about that right now. It's not good. And a lot is happening, especially now. Business may be over. So he's concerned about his business and his image and his perception. Then he says, I don't want kids right now. And we agreed and we spoke about it and you agreed. And she said, I never agreed, question mark, question mark, question mark. I agreed based on your actions. Are you not educated? If you keep coming inside me, I will get pregnant. I don't get pregnant without your behavior. Words mean nothing, man up. I'm not saying I want to be with you. I don't, because you are nothing to me, but the baby is innocent. And then he says you should have a kid with someone you are in love. So he's trying to manipulate hard. You should have a kid with someone you are in love with and in the same household. It won't be what you expect. Man up, question mark. I'm telling you now so you know. I don't expect anything anymore since we are not together. I got pregnant with you when I was in your house and when I was in love. You wanted to have the baby. If you didn't, you shouldn't have been, coming in me with your own pleasure. Be logical, be a man. I don't get pregnant by myself. It's not fair to the baby. What are you saying? We are not together and won't be. Why would that be good for a kid? So why did you come inside me? Also, things happen. This is him. And yes, feelings change, but bringing a kid into this world without both parents' love is cruel. We both thought you wouldn't get pregnant. So this is kind of contrary to what he was just saying on the podcast. Let's see what else there is. Wait. Oh, snap. Man. So this is her, I guess. Oh, the comments are crazy. Okay. Hold on. Let me reload it. Why is there no sound?
The fact is he's not a man.
But he's saying in the podcast that you're not pregnant.
Yeah, and he says I'm not pregnant, you guys. How hilarious. He says I'm not pregnant. That would be faking though. That would be faking. Then I'm facing serious issue as a tourist in here. Faking everything, causing, like, making clouds.
But now you have to wait until the weeks that you can do the DNA test, you know?
Yeah, so
That's not a rumor. DNA test is...
I can do a DNA test, like, right now, whenever. If he has a balls to stand out to do the DNA test with me. He's accusing the kid is not his. What the fuck? The day I met him on 9th, that's the day I've just finished my period. You guys know when the woman, she just finished her period, that's the day that she starts her hormones and everything, you know, and then until she gets her next period again. From the date of 9th of March, I traveled to Barbados. That's the first day we got together, and until 25th, we were almost 24 hours together. Almost 24 hours together. His mom was in town. I was taking care of his mom. I took his mom for dinner, took her for shopping, because last time I bought her the shoes, like, it didn't fit. So I was trying to do my best to be the best girlfriend, you know, to be submissive, to be at home, you know, waiting for the boyfriend to come home, you know, taking care of everything at home while your man's at work. But this guy, y'all, he just dumped his girlfriend, traveled all the way from China, and pregnant right now, and dumped her. Like, okay, pregnant, get abortion. That's what he does. This is a man. This is what a real man does.
She said, you flew me all the way out here from China to get me pregnant and then dump me and tell me to delete the baby. This is a very legitimate... Somebody said on Twitter, it said, these dudes fresh and fit bring SEX workers on their podcast to shame and demean them just for one of the hosts to turn around and get one pregnant. Some people are saying that she's a Chinese escort. I don't know what she is. This is Myron defending Fresh. I guess he gets pretty emotional here. Let's see.
If there's anything you guys can learn from this fucking podcast, learn this. We've been through hell together. We had people come at us. We've had death threats at us. People fucking laugh at every time we fucking go through some bullshit. People make allegations on us. People have tried to absolutely fucking destroy us. And you know who was around me the whole fucking time? These fucking guys. So you motherfuckers can say whatever the fuck you want to say. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stand by the guys that stand by me. Because you fucking pieces of shit. If there's anything you...
You remember the last video I made? Well, I don't know I don't know when I'm going to be posting these videos, but I made a video talking about a woman who was accused of offing her son, her 5-year-old son, and stuffing him into a suitcase, and then she went on the run for like 2 years. And I said, innocent people don't run. Innocent people don't act like this. If this is just another allegation, if it's nothing, then let it be nothing. If she's lying, then let her lie. Because time will tell. If she's lying, let her lie. Because in 9 months, you're going to see a little baby or you're not. Like, time is going to tell. So to have this type of reaction, have this type of response, it really just makes y'all look pretty weak. Not pretty weak, just straight up weak. Because at the end of the day, y'all some grown men. Are y'all gonna keep doing this? And this is the thing I don't understand about men who like to juggle so many different women. I was never that type of dude. I was never, and I'm not even trying to be like arrogant or cocky or any of that. Like, but like, I could have if I wanted to. I never had that desire in my being to juggle multiple women. I was always just like, let me be faithful to the person that I'm with. This was before I even knew Christ. And I was involved in some relationships, and we were having sex outside of marriage before I knew Christ. And, you know, honestly, even when I was a lukewarm Christian, that was still the case as well. But I never had any desire to juggle multiple women. I always wanted a family. I always wanted to raise children. I always wanted to settle down. It's kind of like, at what point in time, you being 30-plus-year-old men, are you going to stop sleeping with multiple women on a monthly basis? When are you going to settle down? When are you going to get married? When are you going to have children? And even like he said in the Snapchat message, he said, now's not a good time, especially with like business. He said, this could be the end of the business. So are you just living for your material success here on earth? Is that all that you care about, is your material success? That you put the material success that you are experiencing right now over the life of your child? That's essentially what you're saying. And this whole thing of like, oh, I don't want a kid right now. We agreed not to have a kid. Okay, cool. You might have agreed not to have a kid, but if you're still doing baby making actions, there's still a possibility that you could have a kid. So why are you dealing with that person? Why are you sleeping with that person if you don't want to have a kid with them? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. A lot of people say it's fake. A lot of people saying she's just trying to get clout. She's just trying to get money. She's just trying to get child support. She's just trying to Me Too him. A lot of people are saying that. I'm saying I don't like the response that they took. I don't like the position that they took. Because there was clearly a relationship. He's not denying the relationship. There was clearly some type of intimacy that took place. And now that she's saying that she's pregnant, now you're so quick to say, okay, just take the pill just to delete the baby. And these are two men. I think the reason why I'm like talking about this is because these are two men who have a very large influence with young men. And, you know, young men are watching these two guys and the success that they have, you know, and their mindset of how they think about women and dating and marriage. And there's so many young men that are adopting this toxic mindset that is only going to lead in pain and destruction. But it feels good. On the path to destruction, it feels good. There's a way that seems right to man, Proverbs, but in the end, it ends in death. And that's what it is. So we'll see what happens with this story. The moral of the story, don't even put yourself in these situations. It's like all these people are saying like, oh, and even like the Me Too stuff. Like, okay, even with the Me Too stuff, okay, were you at these parties? Were you in these positions? Were you around these women during this time frame? Were you at the club during this? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you putting yourself in these positions to have these women lie on you if they are lying? Or if they're telling the truth, why are you putting yourself in these positions in the first place? That's the problem. Your discernment is the problem. You lack discernment. You lack self-control. If you're always led by your flesh, you will always be led to death. That's the problem. Stop putting yourself in these situations. It's beneficial. It's not, listen, the Bible says it's not good for a man to be alone. Sex is a gift from God, but it's to be shared within the confines of marriage. Put yourself in that situation. Put yourself into a marriage. Be faithful to your wife. Enjoy your wife. Get to know your wife on an intimate level. Fall in love with her in that way and just with her in general. And stop seeking so much validation from the world. Stop trying to puff up your ego and build yourself up by increasing your body count. Who cares? You're either going to get somebody pregnant or you're going to get an STD. That's the only way that this game's going to end. The only way that this game is going to end when you are a dude who wants to juggle multiple women, it's going to end in pregnancy. It's going to end in a lawsuit. It's going to end in child support. It's going to end in one of those ways. That's it. Or a STD. That's the only way that's going to end. But people see the money, the cars, the clothes, the followers. They're like, oh, they must be doing something right. They must be doing something right. Just because somebody has success doesn't mean that God is pleased with that individual. It doesn't mean that God is pleased with their lifestyle. I don't know. I could go on for days about this. Let me know what y'all think. Get in my comments, like this video. I'm out, y'all.